All right. Pie family, you got Mr. Bill here, ready to speak to y'all tonight for our first ever AMA. I also got Mr. Eric Anderson here with us. You want to say hi, Eric?
Hi, Eric.
Hi, Eric. He is our CTO, for those of you that are on the call and may or may not have been on any of our previous calls to hear who Eric is and what his role in the company is. So with that being said, a couple rules tonight. We are going to open up the floor here in a second, but as always, we ask for some proper etiquette because I know a lot of people have questions. A lot of people want to get some things out there and maybe get some clarity on some items. I'm super happy to answer absolutely everything and anything that you guys have. But I ask you to respect your fellow family members. A lot of people do have questions. So what that means is one question at a time. If you've asked a question, please give it at least a couple questions in between to ask another. But feel free to ask as many as you'd like, but definitely give some other people a chance. And as we start dwindling down on questions, obviously, if there's no additional questions, you're free to ask an additional. All right. Well, with that said, Pie family, why don't we take our first question?
Why CreamPYE?
It's fun. It's obviously a food item. I know a lot of people get it a little twisted as to kind of how they perceive it, but we want to give back to culinary schools around the world. We want to help with worldwide hunger. So it kind of matched the idea of something sweet. It's a food item, something different. And it also had, the 3-letter acronym PYE, which we love as not only the symbol of the token, but also kind of more of an identity long-term, brandability, some really professional things that we get to do with that in terms of the platforms. So that's why.
Very cool, thank you.
No problem.
Just curious, how did the TikTok influencer campaign look like today?
Looks good. We did kick off TikTok. We've got a couple additional that are going to go live tonight and tomorrow. And we are really excited about the initial results have been great. The engagement's awesome. But we've got some other things that we're working on towards the end of day tomorrow that should be live. We're hoping, depending on kind of how we're able to get the graphics and some other things done in time. But TikTok is going to be our best friend. You're going to see us take over TikTok. It's going to be one of our main channels that we are going to drive a lot of marketing into TikTok. We feel the opportunity in TikTok is endless. I think you've got an audience that is craving and really just driven for this type of not only content, but also engagement because they're super interested in getting involved with cryptocurrency and doing it the right way, the way that we did it today, the way we will continue to do it going forward, I think is going to be a huge win for us overall.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem.
Are you concerned at all that maybe using the name CreamPYE will kind of allow some people not to be able to get into the coin?
You mean just straight out of people's thoughts or feelings or ethics, or what's your thought process?
From people associating it with the X-rated industry.
Sure. No, I don't have any reservations myself or concerns with that. I understand where that exists, and I'm not, naivete enough to not believe that that could be an issue. But I don't see that once people understand the identity and they understand what it is we're doing and how powerful that will be, it will be something that will be related to something positive, something amazing, and really something everybody should want and needs to be a part of.
Excellent.
In addition to what the CEO have just said, the name actually, I know it has a long ways to go, but let's take, for example, we have Pancake Swap, which is the number one swap exchange platform in Big Sec, in Binance chain. The thing is, it looks funny, but people, by the time they see what the team behind the project is able to deliver, they will definitely believe in it, and then they will invest in it. And one thing I've seen in CreamPYE is there's a lot of fun within the ecosystem, within the system, and at the same time, when fun is ongoing and then everybody is happy, the money is coming. As long as the platform is up running, the admins are working, delivering according to their roadmap, I don't really think a name is a barrier that will something that we deprive somebody, or possibly that will make someone to take a decision not to invest. Because what we really want for every project is the ability of the team behind the project to be able to deliver. So that is just my thinking anyway.
Well said.
Well said, and you're right. I mean, it's the team, it's the project. It speaks for itself. The community speaks for itself. What we're doing here is special, and I know I understand the potential things that he mentioned, but I truly believe that will overcome and persevere, and we will just attract all people in mass quantities because of what we're doing and how great it is.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I love. Hey, as people who have all that experience in marketing and your background, you got a lot of trust. I think you guys made a good call, and if anything, you could actually probably branch out to those industries and make the family even greater. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be part. Get in it.
I would like to know when would the audit be?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
I'm sorry, my English is not good, but I would like to know when would the audit be?
The audit.
Oh, the audit. Eric, you want to speak to that?
Sure. Right now we are wrapping up the white paper as we speak. We should have that completed by the end of next week. Once the white paper is done, then we do have a team contracted to come through and do the audit, and that shouldn't take that long.
Should be shortly after that.
Thank you very much. Which company would be for the audit?
As far as the audit goes, at this point, we're not able to disclose exactly who that is. But as soon as they start their audit, we will release that info.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, just me again. Just curious, any new developments on the entire CoinGecko trajectory, or is it still kind of pending?
CoinGecko and Marketplace they're both pending. We're waiting inquiries that we have into them in both formats and both platforms. We hope to have some sort of answers by tomorrow, if not surprises. We hope. But we will continuously inquire, and we will not let a day go by without making sure we're on top of it.
Thanks, dude.
No problem.
I had a question for a new to cryptocurrency investor. So I've been buying PYE using Trust Wallet, and I see it's in my Trust wallet, but it just shows the sum of how many tokens I have. It doesn't show a value. It doesn't show a Pi logo or anything. Is that normal? Is that what new investors should be seeing right now, or am I kind of unique in that the way it's showing up in my Trust wallet?
No, you're not unique. But to give you some clarity, a lot of the updates when it comes to social channels, images, logos, details on the actual token that's inside of the smart chain. We've updated all that. We've submitted it to Binance. We hope it was probably a little over a week and a half ago at this point. I've got the confirmation that they received it. I've inquired every day since and have very little response. Binance doesn't seem to respond as quickly as we would hope. But we are expecting to have a little different route to get a hold of them, which we will be going through tomorrow to try to see what's going on and why our logo is not updated. But when it comes to price, if you're thinking price or why it's not showing a dollar value like it does some of your other tokens and or coins, a lot of that has to do with the price of the actual token or listings. It depends on the wallet. If it follows certain listings like CoinGecko or Marketplace or some of those other different listing sites. So we are not listed yet in some of those, and a lot of times once we do get listed, you'll start seeing a price and a value that will be attached to it.
And also on that note, what you can do is you can go to PooCoin or DexGuru and connect your wallet. Once you do that, it'll show you on the page how much you have in your wallet.
Chime in here real quick. Just for a second. Very helpful. Did you say Binance, Bill?
Yeah, Binance.
Really? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
How long do you expect the marketing to start taking effect through TikTok? What other platforms are you using?
I'm sorry, you said what other platforms, or you said how long do we expect TikTok to take?
Yeah.
Both.
So, what sort of time scale do you expect TikTok to take effect?
We are going to be starting on the testing phase, which is an initial budget, and then we will scale. If the results stick and we see results like we're seeing now, we will scale rather quickly. Hopefully, as we scale, we will continue to optimize and we'll be able to expand various different ad options that we're going to test as well and do some A/B testing to see which ones do better, and then continue to stick with the ad copy that is something that is really generating the engagement that we're looking for. So we will continue down the road with TikTok, Google. I don't know how many of you guys have heard what our plans were with Google, but it's a lot of URL targeting. We're not doing Google search. I know some people got that confused as when we said Google AdWords. They thought we were going after Google search. We're not. We're actually going after platforms within the crypto space that have space and availability for us to get in front of enthusiasts and people that have either potentially came from that platform onto our website, or that site is a very popular crypto site within their country. And it allows us to really focus and zone in and do some more targeting or laser targeting towards the demographic the right way. So we've had really good results since Monday. Now we have actually started the scaling process this afternoon, and then we will drip that scaling piece every single day. I'm not sure of many of you if you're in the digital marketing space or not, but doing digital marketing, one of the biggest things when you scale is you cannot just go and say, okay, we're spending, $800 a day on this ad, and we're going to add, it's doing phenomenal. Let's just add $800 to it. And let's go to 1,600 or let's go to 3,000. You have to actually scale it strategically. And if you go more than a certain percentage and bump to the actual budget, you could actually compromise the performance of that ad. So we continue to do it the right way, and we will continue to strategically grow. And what that builds ultimately in the long run is our ability to have consistency as opposed to these ups and downs and ebbs and flows. We can build consistency and have more control and really mitigate the downside of just wasting money and actually getting results.
What's your plan going forward for like getting YouTubers on board and stuff like that? Because obviously people want to go and search CreamPYE, know how to buy it, and what it's about and stuff. So what's your plan in that area?
Well, there's two plans when it comes to YouTube. So YouTube advertising is one of them. So we will be going after YouTube advertising and really going after people who are searching for crypto-related phrases, keywords, various different what have been known to be historically very popular traffic drivers. And then we've got, I think there's two that have reached out to us. I will be very brutally honest with everybody about this because this is something we stick to. We believe in this. We've been doing digital marketing and influencer marketing for well over 15 years. And it's never failed us. And so one thing we don't do is we don't really go out and go looking to hire people. We will look at influencers that are bought into our brand. A lot of times when they reach out to us, they're people that have noticed our brand and they feel something for it. So we believe that at least builds some sort of synergy with what we're doing. And then we spend time with that influencer and we build a relationship first before we just go out there and we drive that person into paying them for a quick hit and it's another temporary high. We want people who are on board with the team and people who are going to be here for the long run and really be able to work with us through a series of different things that we're doing versus just one-hit wonders.
Thank you, that's a good answer.
I keep seeing in like the CreamPYE community chat that everybody's saying this is our CEO Bill, you should check his background, but I don't actually know what is your background, Bill?
Well, I've got a lot of my background that hasn't been shared yet from when I was younger, but I'll go back to my first, just really quick, my first professional job, I guess you could say. I was still actually in college when I did this. I wanted to prove to my parents that I could, go. I mean, truth be told, I needed to go find a way to rent a house and just show that I could make it on my own. And I think, so I spent a good deal of time. I was obsessed with being a financial advisor. And so, 19 and a half years old, I think I was still in college. And here I was, and I'm thinking, you know what? I got nothing to lose. I'm just going to go get the experience, see how this plays out, and see what happens. So here I go. I get this interview at the old Payne Weber, which now became UBS Warburg. And I get this interview, and I'm driving down there. I get there. I'm young. I don't know any different. Well, lady tells me I'm going to take this test, and it was like a litmus test that would actually determine whether or not I could pay the securities Series 7 license test and actually pass it. So I, sit down and I get out my calculator and she says, no, sir, you can't use a calculator. So I'm sitting there going, okay, this is good. So I was completely unexpected, took the test, totally failed. I knew I failed. I had no doubt in my mind I failed. Needless to say, the next day I get the call. She said I passed the test. And so I go in and I interview with the branch manager. There's about 100 different brokers in the office. And I interview with the guy. Now remember, I was 19 and a half. And I interview with the guy and he gives me the job. And then he asked me how old I was. And I told him, and I think he thought I was about 26 or 27. I don't think he thought I was 19. But anyway, I needless to say, I got licensed. I started my career as a financial advisor. Actually met with Craig Barrett from Intel. He's the old CEO of Intel. He and I spent probably 2 or 3 visits together because when I first became a financial advisor, I met a guy here in Arizona that wanted to become in the corporate options and stock options, purchase plans, 401ks, and things of that nature, and go after specialized business. And so I partnered with him, started talking to multiple large companies, met with Craig down at Intel, down in Chandler, Ocotillo, Arizona, a couple times, ended up stealing the contract from Merrill Lynch. We actually got the deal. And then moving forward, PaineWebber actually got bought out by UBS, Warburg. And once that happened, they ended up saying they didn't want to do corporate business. So I ended up leaving that and going and working for Jamie Dimon over at the old Bank One that was in Arizona at the time. And then obviously JP Morgan Chase bought us out, and Jamie became, CEO of JP Morgan Chase. He had me take over West region of the country for consumer acquisition, and I did that for a couple of years. And then this guy named Eric Anderson, by the way, that is standing next to me, actually knocked on my door and said, "Hey, got a business, it's website hosting, and I got this idea. I'd like to keep, maybe use you to do some of these things." And so we partnered up on that and did really well and built that out. And then a couple of years later, about 3 years, 4 years, was it, I think? 3 years?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. About 4 years later, 3 years, 4 years, something like that. My wife decided to start an events company because my daughter, when she was 4 years old, was diagnosed with leukemia. And so we were just in the process of moving to Arizona at the time. And we started going to Phoenix Children's Hospital in Arizona. She went through multiple treatments and multiple things there at the hospital. And then they sat us down one day and said, we've got good news and bad news. One, the good news is your daughter doesn't have leukemia. The bad news is we don't know why her chart shows that it's medically impossible for her not to have leukemia based on her medical records that came from where you used to live. So needless to say, about a year and a half goes by and they investigate why, and they find out that the doctor that diagnosed her with leukemia actually diagnosed 7 other children at the same time with leukemia. And all 7 of those children, we luckily moved, but all 7 of those children ended up in a oncology study for children with leukemia that the doctor's wife was actually on the board of directors for. So needless to say, you can pretty much figure out that was a very bad thing. Both the husband, the doctor, and the wife went to jail. Actually, they got out of jail, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. My daughter, by the way, did not have anything happen to her. She's a very healthy, now 23-year-old, graduating from University of San Diego, so amen. But it was unfortunate for the other 7. Some of those children cannot walk. I think one of them can't talk. They've got some disabilities and stuff because they actually went through this study for oncology for children with leukemia for about almost 2 years before they shut the scam down that they were doing. So anyhow, that's a little bit about me and kind of where I got going in life and how things kind of got to doing events. So my wife always said, because Phoenix Children's Hospital figured out that our daughter didn't have leukemia, he fudged all these doctor records and stuff and all the blood records and stuff like that. And so because they stopped her from going through any more chemo, radiation, or any other treatments, my wife always was dedicated to giving back to Phoenix Children's Hospital for what they did to us. And so moving forward from there, she started an event company, putting on 5Ks for charity. She then built out a couple different events. We started a nighttime event that was really popular in 2013 called Blacklight Run here in the US. And then that thing blew up to one of the largest 5Ks here in the United States over 2013, 14, 15, and 16. In that same time frame, we launched a second nighttime one called Foam Glow. And then we partnered with a gentleman from Las Vegas named Brogue. He's actually still on the team here that was doing an event called Bubble Run. And so we then partnered with him. We then partnered with a mud run called Terrain Race, which was just another obstacle course race, kind of like Spartan Race or Tough Mudder or one of those. And then we put all those businesses together and made one company, and then that kind of built itself into the largest US-based event production company based on attendance in the United States. And we never really found out based on the world how big it was, but we know we were the largest in the US. That's kind of my background. In 2016, was it 17, Eric?
16.
Yeah, something like that. Eric and I were obsessing over, getting into blockchain and possibly, forking Dash, and we did fork Dash. We went as far as to rolling the coin and doing all the things that needed to be done to really launch our own independent blockchain.
Yep.
At that point, my dad got really sick. He came down with cancer, and he passed away shortly after that happening. So that happened in late 2017. He passed in December. And so from that point on, I got, busy with family affairs and things like that, and just kind of keeping up with some things. And so we didn't pursue it. We kind of got busy. Eric got busy. We got some things that we were doing and already that were kind of in the works that we were doing. So we never really came back to it, but we always knew that, we had a passion for it. We knew what we wanted to do with it. We knew what we represented in the standards and the focus on just being an absolute differentiator from what's already available, but always making sure that we have our customer in mind and always be obsessed with the customer experience. So we obviously just got back together, not recently, but shortly before this, we started putting this whole strategy together, road mapping this thing out, and getting a real fundamental foundation put to play that we could actually start working through. And then, it kind of led us to here, and that's kind of where we're at today. But a little bit more information to me. I do have 6 children, 3 of which are my own biological children, 3 of which are foster children. That 2 we have already adopted, and the third one is actually the baby sister, who's 6 months old right now. And she was somebody that we didn't know was coming, but the mom was a transient, kind of roaming the streets for 4 years, and showed up at the hospital randomly in October. But because we had adopted her brother and sister, we had to adopt the baby because you can't keep the siblings apart. So we chose to adopt her and take her in. And she's currently a foster baby. We're super close to getting possibility of the adoption actually being able to go live here shortly. So we're super excited about that and keeping the siblings together. So total of 6 children, youngest one's 6 months, oldest one's 23 years old. So I hope that gives you some insight into me.
They said
And then you have
we
all
are
of us
all
as
your
your children now.
And I love every single one of you guys.
Yep.
Hey, Bill.
I have a question.
Bill, I definitely want to jump in with the next question if I could.
Okay.
And I'd love to just piggyback off of what you're saying. And I appreciate your leadership. I'll just catch my breath for a second. I really do appreciate your leadership and everything you bring to the table. And as I've heard you talk as the days go on, I just get a better and better feeling about everything. And I am an old school Gary Vee fan from back from like 2012. When I woke up this morning and I saw the picture and the video and the teaser that was apparently dropped 2, 3, 4 a.m. because I was up till 2 a.m. last night here in the South. So I'm sure I'm asking for a lot of people, but I would absolutely love, of course, done my own due diligence, search back. I see that you guys go back a few years, but I would just love to hear about y'all's relationship and, maybe a little peek into what that may bring to the table here. But listening to the chops that you speak, like you clearly, I've been telling people, you know what you're doing, and it sounds like you surround yourself with incredible people and a good team. So hats off to what you accomplished so far. And yeah, man, I'd love to hear a little more.
Yeah, man. All glory to God, my friend. So, Gary, I've been in and out in different, various different things with him, doing multiple, obviously virtual calls, and a lot of it's, going over some of the businesses, going over the plans, going over how to scale, working on, his advice, in terms of some of the brands that I've previously owned and some of the brands that I currently owned, and things like that. And so we kind of just built this relationship over time. I'm actually going to a Jets game with him in the fall sometime. I think it's sometime in September or October we're supposed to go. So just, good guy, probably one of the nicest, humble guys. What I love about Gary is he's just Gary. There is no performance. Who he is authentically when you see him. I hate to say this, but I don't really watch too much of the stuff that's on social anymore. But his stuff has always been authentic, and it's always been who he really is. And he genuinely cares. He cares about people. It doesn't matter, who you are, where you're from, what you're talking about, what your issue is. There's nothing too big or too small. He's going to give you the attention that it deserves. So I will say, having known him, many interactions with him, just a really good dude. And I think, I'll continue down that road, and have those interactions and, see where that takes us.
Sweet. I appreciate that answer. And yeah, you definitely, I can tell that you remind me a lot of his style. So I can tell y'all, I know that y'all would vibe because you seem like a really genuine good dude as well. So appreciate you, man. Thanks.
No, thank you for the kind words. Appreciate it.
Can I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
I was going to say, so is
Can you get me a
fork
water?
of Dash then?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, that'd be kind of neat.
No, Pi is a token that runs on a Binance chain. So
Okay.
yeah,
Thanks.
you're welcome.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I just want to first say you guys are doing a great job, and really, I was listening to your story, and you're an amazing guy, man. And I hope God gonna be with you. And the question I want to ask is, what's your future plan for the pie? And do you have any plans to enter the African market? Because as I see, listen to your stories, you're an amazing guy. You love to help people, and as you know, Africa is struggling economically, and this crypto would really help them and would help and they going into Africa would also help this project. And the thing is, in Africa, most of the countries, low or middle class people, they don't have access to credit card or MasterCard. So most of the payment system they use down there is a mobile pay, and there is no crypto platform which exists now who have access to that, and they can buy crypto if they would love to invest in crypto, because most of the exchanges or no exchange have that system where they can pay with the mobile pay. So do you think in the short future or long future you will enter the African market and other third world countries and make buying crypto easy and accessible for them?
I love your vision. I know 100% from a charity aspect, we absolutely will be doing what we can to impact those communities and what's going on there. I know even internet access and some other things are a struggle. Having said what you said, and I know this might help more of the community understand more of the mindset. our goal is to allow the community to drive the bus, right? So we may propose based on business logic and acumen that we have some of these strategic moves, whether it be in the African market or another market, or we may have an opportunity that is presented to us similar to what's been presented to us, I think 4 times today already on different levels. When we get those opportunities, or when we've come up with a strategy that we believe is flawless, and what I say by flawless is I try to break everything we want to do, because I try to twist it and break it many different ways before we actually go and execute it. We will actually present these issues or initiatives to you guys as a community, and you guys will get to vote. So if the community wants to go and that becomes a proposition or one of the things that's on a vote at some point, what we then do on our side, our team, Eric, myself, and the rest of the team, we're going to use our knowledge, our experience to go execute those initiatives once they've been approved by the community. But I will see that, and I foresee that becoming one of the propositions, because you're right, to make a big difference in the world, you got to go to the places that need it most, and that 100% is on our radar.
Yeah, and the thing is, really, CreamPYE would really win in. It would be a good step for CreamPYE. As I don't know if you follow the project Safe Moon. They announced that they gonna enter the African market, and as they announced that, week after that, Safe Moon was most searched cryptocurrency in Africa, and they just said they have plans to enter the African market, and I really think CreamPYE that would really help the CreamPYE as well, and that would as well help the African community and third world countries as well. So look into that, and you already said that, and I appreciate your answer.
No, I love you bringing that up and putting that in our ear. I appreciate that.
Just a quick question. Are you referring to a decentralized autonomous organization portion of CreamPYE, like a DAO, when it comes to making future decisions for the community?
Very similar. We're not officially, gonna determine or define, but we're talking about that internally and how that's gonna be defined and then presented and all that. So when the time comes and we're ready for that, we will present that, and then we'll even ask for feedback from the community and how they feel. So we're all on the same page.
Hey, Bill, real quick. I missed the start of the presentation. Great job, though. I'm just a little curious. I don't know if you answered it already or not, but how did you guys end up with the name CreamPYE? It's the first thing I think is a sexual innuendo, but obviously you guys have great things and stuff, so just keep it up. But
that was the very first question.
Oh, okay. That's the number one question.
Y'all want me to answer it again, or you want to just listen to the recording here afterwards?
That's fine. I can listen to the recording. Don't worry about it.
Okay, sounds good.
And we're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
You said earlier that some exchanges have reached out to you already. Can you give any more detail on that?
I don't know that we will give details, but there are multiple exchanges that have presented us with proposals to partner. And I've said it earlier, I say it again, we aren't going to make any rash decisions. I think if we do decide that any of this makes sense from our current status of where we're at, that we will present it to you guys first, and then we will then get feedback. And then if the feedback is positive and you guys are all for it, then we will definitely make those moves accordingly. But we move very quickly, so if it's there and it makes sense, and one of them makes a ton of sense, I'll tell you that. The other one is it does make sense more so from a geographic perspective, from where it's located, and I think the audience that it would attract in terms of the people that utilize the platform. So we just have to do our diligence, make sure it makes sense for everybody before we do anything. So you will hear stuff very frequently. As soon as we know something, we will let you guys know. We're going to be as transparent as possible. We're not going to hold on to things. We're going to bring it to the world as fast as we can.
So when it comes to voting on things, are you going to be able to utilize some kind of system where you cannot vote with a bot and make sure that each one is verified vote?
It will be where you connect a wallet, most likely. Some sort of platform that verifies your tokens to make sure that you are a holder. And then it gives us the ability to, make, and everybody, obviously is going to get their vote. But I understand what you mean by the bot piece, and we will make sure that from a secure standpoint, we will try to sniff out bots and we'll extract those out of the voting results.
Absolutely.
Hey, Bill, I think last night you mentioned something about a game changer mic drop sort of acquisition that you're expecting to announce today. Didn't hear anything about it, so just want to see if there's an update there or anything.
Yeah, so that's a good question.
Who said something about that?
I think I did.
Did you?
Yeah,
did
I
you say something about that?
I think I did. So
Leaked.
Yes, leaked.
so I could tell you this. I could tell you the official acquisition asset, but I will save the rollout of the concept for it. The concept is the mic drop, which will be coming. We're very strategic in how we do it. It's not that we're holding it back. It's just that we want to make sure it's 100% perfect before we tell you guys. But we're super pumped about it. But CreamPYE did officially acquire augmentedreality.com for our AR project, which will be coming out most likely later this year, early 2022. But just a quick little, I guess, snapshot, you could say, snippet. It is something that has never been done before on the NFT side. It is not like anything.
Don't give away any secrets and let other people jump ahead.
Yeah, that's my fear, is that I'm going to say it and then someone's going to, go try to replicate it before, we get it to where we want it. But it's NFT based, I can tell you that, but it is NFT that, I'll just give you a hint. Right now, everything in NFT is digital, and that's all I'm going to say. So we'll leave it at that. I will roll it out in the next, what would you say, Eric?
Roll out what?
I will roll out the concept.
The concept?
I want to tell the people.
I know.
So bad.
I do
but
too.
I'm afraid that there's no way to protect it. We just got to do it. And we got to do it fast and get ahead of everybody,
First
no
to
matter
market.
what. Yeah.
First to
We'll
market.
just be first to market.
Hey, stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys. We'll get it to you. I'm only a little hesitant because sometimes, we're only 7 days old, guys. Remember, I'm like the little kid just got my training wheels on my bike, So I just want to make sure I don't make any wrong moves, and I want to make sure I protect you guys as holders as much as possible.
I love that.
But we did acquire the asset, so congratulations, guys. You got a whole new asset coming your way.
Good job, man.
Yeah, I tried going to the domain yesterday, and I noticed there was something going on with it.
What did he say?
I visited the domain yesterday, and it had like a connection time out, and I was like,
Who told you about that domain?
Well, I think we threw out a poll.
I saw the poll.
Sorry.
I saw the poll early on in the text chat.
And a quick
deleted message.
Yeah. So you guys got to give me some credit, though. I know you noticed that, and you tried to call me out on it right away. And I just threw a poll up after just throwing it out there. I realized I could just poll you guys, and that's why I deleted it so quick.
There's always eyes watching.
Oh,
There
trust
are.
me, we know.
There are everywhere.
We're well aware of it.
24 hours.
Yeah, and then some.
Yeah, Reggae Mon is. I swear, if I don't sleep, it's because of Reggae Mon. I love watching that guy. He is a piece of work. He is so much fun. The line is open.
Sorry, somebody else go.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you guys have any future plans of partnering with sports teams or any type of things like that?
Well, absolutely. I mean, that's always in the map, especially on the e-commerce side. We have some ways that we could do that now, but it's definitely not something that's a priority. We're not out there. Eric, I think not this Eric Turner, you guys saw him in the video. He's the chief relationship officer. He will be reaching out to do partnerships with various different industries. I think you see it in the roadmap talking about, Shopify and going down the e-commerce side and becoming a provider for them. But we know the route for that. We've already kind of done our diligence on that. That's actually not the main route. That's going to be the starting point. We do want to expand into various different channels, different industries, whether it be schools, sports teams. There's a lot on the youth side that can be very helpful when it comes to youth sports. So just kind of dialing into those channels, we will get there, but those are not currently focused for him. Those will most likely be brought to the table once we're able to accomplish certain milestones and get to that piece where we add those to the table that he's working on.
I was just going to ask, you guys obviously sound like really passionate about everything that you're doing, and thanks so much for everything you've shared with us so far. But what would you say the most enjoyable part of the project? I mean, imagine you guys must be working flat out at the moment, probably working 18, 19 hours a day. Like, what are you enjoying most about the project? What's keeping you going?
How do you know we're working 19 hours a day? There's this eyes everywhere thing.
Yeah.
Because we are.
I'm so sad though. He shorted us. Like,
Yeah.
we're working 22 hours, my friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what keeps us going, what drives us and is our passion is really you guys, honestly.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's the fact that we could be a part of your lives, make a difference, help you build a legacy, not only for your friends, your family, your ecosystem around you and your circle, but to just be able to know that we all mattered together. It drives me every single day of my life. It really truly does. And it's the same thing with my team. We are a bunch of we people, and not I guys, a bunch of we people. And we are driven by seeing people just see change and achieve and persevere through anything. I hate to say this, but I'm like, I love talking to people about what's wrong. Like, I don't want to hear what's right about your life. I want to hear what's wrong about your life, because I want to help guide you through it. That's one thing that we are. We are fixers. We are people that will lift you up. We will take you with us. We'll take you on that ride, and we'll win together. So yeah, it's all about you guys. That's what keeps me driven. I assume the same as you, Eric.
Absolutely. The favorite part of my day is every minute. This is fun stuff. And the entire team is having a great time doing everything that they're doing.
Just wanted to say too, thank you for answering my question. Sorry, I didn't about the sports team thing. I was putting my daughter to bed.
You want me to answer it again?
No, I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I thought maybe you walked away for a second.
No,
I got you.
At the end because I was busy.
No worries. Thank you.
Hey, Bill, can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Fellow Arizona resident here, so glad to be a part of this. But I read through the roadmap you guys put up, and I was hoping you could elaborate just on some things you guys hope to accomplish kind of here, like within the startup of CreamPYE, kind of for a couple months, next couple weeks.
Okay, did you have something specific, or you just want us to talk about it?
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, what I heard you mention, like, that the sports teams weren't really your priority. Like,
Oh, okay, sure.
What your priorities were, the next one.
Yeah, so right now we've got wireframes for the NFT marketplace done. We are really focused on back to the UI UX pieces of our platforms. So that's one thing that we're finalizing on that front. I think for obvious reasons, the exchange piece is going to be something that needs to be done right and done well, and also with getting feedback from our community as to how they feel about how things can be done and things of that nature, because we will run into things that we've kind of got to make a decision one way or the other how something might act or work or be done, and we need to get your feedback and we'll take your advice and we'll move forward. From a exposure, more brand awareness standpoint, we are very, very big on driving the awareness of what we're doing, our project, who we are, what we're trying to accomplish here. Because the more people that we get on board in terms of the family, in terms of what we're doing, the more support system we have behind us. Obviously, the easier it will be for us to continue to expand and scale things and go at a much rapid pace versus, just kind of slowly growing it. So that's another big priority for us. The listings on the two main listing platforms are extremely important to us. Trying to focus on an exchange is a priority, but it's going to be a priority with calculated basis, with making sure that we mitigate any potential that it would have any harm towards our holders. So we've got a lot of those initiatives that we focus on. We are building out. We've got a great marketing team. Polly Pocket is our social media officer. She's phenomenal at what she does. I know most of you that may not know Polly Pocket. She you can look her up on TikTok. I think she's got like 100,000 followers on TikTok, maybe more than that. What do you got on TikTok?
That's about right.
Okay. She's just amazing at what she does, so we're excited to have her. Cryptic, those of you that don't know Cryptic, you might see Cryptic. She's around in the channels. Her real name's Ebony. She's awesome at what she does. She's our chief marketing officer. So we use these guys to build out and expand the team. So our goal is to expand the bandwidth of the marketing and continue to bandwidth of people to give us even more access to other countries, access to other platforms that are not based here locally, but to get the awareness out wide and far and broad. We are going to partner with people in other countries that know and have access to platforms we may not even have access or might hit firewalls with here in the US. So we're gonna continue to build out the roadmap. I always say it all the time, a lot of really good things are happening for a lot of other tokens right now. I always say, and I know this is, me and Ebony talk about this all the time, but I always say, everybody focuses on, the one token that's doing well, right? And I look at them and I'm like, you know what? They gave us the roadmap, now we get to pave the road, right? Like we get to go pave that road and we're gonna go take it and we're gonna do what we do best. So, we're gonna keep. yeah, we're gonna keep trucking down the road that we're on. But I hope that gives you a glimpse into what we're really focused on right now.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the good answers.
Would you like us to do as your CreamPYE community?
Say that again. I couldn't quite make out what you said.
Sure. What would you like us to do as the CreamPYE community?
Spread the word.
You know, awareness is everything. Friends, family. I know sometimes that conversation gets awkward. You know, some of us have family members that don't even know what the heck we're talking about. Some of us have family members that love it and they're excited about it, but they don't know step one. So just have that confidence. Know that you got an entire team behind you, to stand behind you, to assist you, to really bridge the gap between your family, friends, people you know at work, whatever. You need help getting them bought in or brought in, or how to get them set up, you know, we'll help you. You know, if you need help, you let us know. We'll get on the phone, we'll get on Telegram, we'll get on, you know, some sort of chat. We'll even chat with your family. Like we want you guys to bring it as this is a family. I mean it. I say it all the time, and it's true. You know, we should leave nobody should be left behind. If they're in your life and they mean something to you, let's get them involved. Let's get them to be a part of the bigger picture. Because taking that journey together is so much more fun to celebrate at the end. You know, doing it together is going to be a good time.
In your roadmap, it says about launching a Fintech platform. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, that I think is down the road in the roadmap. I think that's is that fourth quarter, or I can't remember, fourth quarter.
It's either fourth or first.
Yeah, so that is something that we are focused on doing. It's something we have every intention to do. We have had conversations in the past with some institutions that are very interested in partnering with a crypto, and we're planning to start those conversations back up here short term because it takes a while. I mean, truly takes a while in some cases to, you know, to be able to do what, you know, to build a true, not only partnership, you know, with one of those processors or one of those people that can give us the chance to kind of build out an offering that we could put on the table for not only the users of the platform, but really tie it possibly to the platforms that we've already built, to where people can actually use, you know, whether it be a card, some sort of card service, or even an app on your phone that lets you pay with that app, you know, within anywhere that accepts Visa or MasterCard type thing. So we are very focused on it. We love the kind of marrying that back into our ecosystem as we've discussed in the past. It's just another level. It's just another level up from what we're already building.
I've got another question. Is PYE now going to be your main focus going forward? And what are you doing to manage your other businesses?
PYE, right now and going forward, PYE is our only focus. The other businesses, which I do still own some of those businesses, truth be told, they are well taken care of by people who have been in those businesses and worked with those teams for a very long time. People I've trusted and I've known for a very long time. I am no longer needed in those companies. They're very well organized, very well set up. They've been built to scale. There's no reason for me to be involved at this point. I check in on them. In fact, there's some of them I don't check in on for, you know, a week or two at a time because I'm so confident in the leadership and the people we've chosen to put behind them. But yeah, so this is my only focus. It's not going to be my main. It's my only focus.
Okay, thank you.
Hey Bill, so quick question for you.
Sure.
So I have a couple family members who are pretty big in terms of networking, as well as they have some pretty big social media pages. I'm talking like 500,000 followers and all of that fun stuff. But I was just wondering, do we have to reach out to the chief relationship officer in terms of potentially promoting PYE? Because they are quite passionate about the token as well. So I just kind of wanted to get a little information on how we can reach out to them and kind of go through that.
It all depends on what kind of relationship you're talking about. Are you talking about the reaching out to get approval and okay to do that, or are you talking about reaching out because you could use some digital assets and some things that they want to use to kind of do what you're talking about? Or in a third sense, are you talking about reaching out because they might want to be paid for their services?
The first one, just the help scale.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't have to reach out if they're fairly confident in what they're doing and they're passionate and they feel like they're doing professional work and they're doing a great job at it. We are okay with that. But if they want assistance, maybe it's digital assets, it could be video, it could be image, it could be, audios, it could be asking for maybe a collaboration between some team member here and the influencer. It could be all sorts of different things, but we're willing to do anything. So you just let us know. And that would go through Ebony, by the way. That's Cryptic.
Okay, awesome. Sounds great. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Oh, one guy that said he wanted to ask me all sorts of stuff.
Did he go?
He's gone.
Did he go?
No, it's Shaz.
Oh.
Maybe he couldn't stay.
Yeah, I gotta run. It's dinner time. I just want to say thank you for all this information. Appreciate it. Congratulations on putting together an awesome team, and I look forward to meeting and interacting with everybody on the call as we get the PYE fam going.
Appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of the family.
Yeah, and great first name.
Take care, guys.
You too.
Yeah, a second that's me. I'm going to sign out now. It's 3 a.m. in Scotland now, so bedtime.
Go to bed, Scott.
Yeah, get some sleep, buddy.
Thanks for everything, and thanks for answering all the questions. I really appreciate it. You guys are a great team. It's been great listening to you, and I've got really high hopes for this.
You got PYE hopes?
Thanks a lot, and best of luck.
Thank
PYE
you.
hopes indeed.
Appreciate you. Take care.
Thank you.
You got anybody else have any questions or anything for us before we wrap it up?
Is there going to be any important, ball dropping information coming anytime soon?
We will be doing an update on what we announced earlier in the call. I'm hoping that we do that by this Friday. I just want to make sure we do it right and we don't give away too much of the farm on how we do it, but we give you enough excitement so you can kind of get the vision and understand what we're planning to do. We're just not going to tell you guys how it's going to get done until it's actually launched, so we don't have people trying to steal the concept from us. But yeah, we'll get you guys more information on that. There's more updates that will be coming this week. I think we'll be launching a new NFT on Thursday or Friday. It's not an animated one this time. I think it's just an image, but it's one of our original images that we've used. So we want to mint a 101 of that image. It's kind of like our social media image and some other things that we're looking to utilize. So we're going to be minting those as well. Couple other just reminders. The CreamPYE challenge is going on TikTok. We are also accepting your submissions all through Telegram as well. You guys, the CreamPYE challenge is, you can't CreamPYE yourself. You got to CreamPYE somebody else.
I saw that.
But the idea is that, you guys are going to, have some fun, do a little element of surprise and get somebody when they're not expecting it. have some fun with it, make it positive, don't make it negative, and don't do it to your worst enemy. Do it to someone who's not going to get upset with you.
I can't do it to my toddler then.
Hey, as long as it's fun and it's good feels, we support you. But you know, submit it, because whoever submits it by 6 p.m. Pacific time on Friday, you guys, do we move to Sunday?
It ends on Tuesday, the 26th.
Tuesday the 26th. I thought it was Friday for some reason. Okay. So it's Tuesday the 26th. We will end that contest at 6 p.m. We will then do a community vote, and whoever gets the best cream pie will receive that one-of-one animated NFT that we will mint, and we will get that over to that one lucky person. So that's just something to remind you guys about. You guys will see us kind of come to the forefront with a lot more stuff. You know, every day's a new day at CreamPYE, right? Like every day, every day. I mean, one day it's, you know, who's gonna, you know, do something first is the way I see it. You know, so we just have fun, you know, it's a good time. You guys will be just randomly thinking everything, you know, everything, and all of a sudden we're gonna drop one on you. And
Bill, I really hope Tommy is about to jump out of that cabinet next year.
Pie Guy. Well, I sure hope he's not, because Pie Guy has 0. I've got one up on him. He's already pied me once, so we gotta let Pie Guy. He's got to realize he's got to keep it under control.
Yeah, I'm taking way more pies than you ever had.
I'm kind of thinking our next challenge needs to be see who can get Pie Guy.
Oh, that's easy.
Ooh. I mean, I'll pie myself.
You can't pie yourself, Tommy.
Okay, so on that note, just be ready, always be ready, guys. I do want to end just really quickly, just from me and from this entire team. You know, Pie is going to be something that's going to be special. It's going to be something that is a movement. This is something more than just a one time, let's try it, let's see what happens. We are building a belief system. We are building a movement. And we fully expect to be adopted by people with mindset that are built based upon our beliefs and what we believe in, and will always stay true and believe in loyalties towards what we do and why we do it. And we will provide them, obviously, in return with the best quality products, the best opportunities and user experience, as well as with accessibility of those products and those services that we provide. So you guys, I can't thank you enough. I know our team can't thank you enough. What an awesome launch week you guys gave us. And, you know, to think this is organic. Just think when, you know, we go to, did we hit 4,000 holders?
Yeah, we did.
We hit 4,000 holders. Congratulations, guys.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. I have some family members that would love to hear this, so that's why I was curious.
Great.
And if you ever want me to do a reenactment, Mark, I'm happy to do it. You just let our people know. No, for real though, from the
word for word.
At the same time, right?
That's some good memory.
Hey, Bill, this is all right, thanks, guys.
Thank
Bill,
you.
Devin, before we close, I just want to speak to the whole community here. You know, we are constantly working for you guys. You know, it's a new coin we're getting going. We're going to the mold with. You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs. You know, just like I posted yesterday, when we're up and we have that good energy, let's keep that energy. When we're down, let's keep that good energy. You know, a lot of these investors are coming in. You know, they
They come in on the dip most of the time, but we want to keep that positive energy and show them, a lot of these new investors, they have a lot of emotion tied to their investment. We want to eliminate that emotion and show them that they can be welcome to the family, the community here, and that we're going up. We're in this for the long run. This isn't a, wake up, overnight. This is a process. And if you guys continue this journey with us, I guarantee you'll look back, 6 months, 2, 6, a year from now and say, that's the best decision I've ever made. So I just wanted to kind of close on that as far as kind of going back to the question as what the PYE community can do and just continue to be positive. There's a lot of barriers we're seeing right now with a lot of different platforms with the Binance and Trust Wallet. Sometimes you can buy, sometimes you can't, sometimes you can transfer. And when new investors are coming in, they don't have BNB. They have to kind of research their stuff.
Yeah.
Try to get the BNB. And if they're unable to get BNB, then they're unable to buy. So a lot of questions come is, when are we going to see marketing? We haven't, the marketing this and those kind of things. That is being done. We're pulling, you constantly see these holders keep going up. But you guys saw when the Binance chain opened back up, you saw how quick we jumped. So just be patient. It's going to take time until the chain and all those Binance, Trust Wallet, et cetera, all those different platforms get everything together. But once it all comes together, I guarantee you guys it's going to be something great, and it's going to be life-changing for everybody here. So I just wanted to close on that for the community.
Thank you, Devin. So with that said, from, it's been a humbling experience, guys. We work for you. We believe that. We genuinely believe that we work for you. We don't want to let you guys down. We truly want to make sure that we can do everything we can to make sure what you believe in us, is realized and we reach the full potential that you see that we have as a family and as a team, what technologies potential, we have in terms of results. So thank you for everybody being a part of this. We will be out. I know nobody asked this, which I'm really surprised that nobody did. But we will slackers. We will either tomorrow or Thursday. We will release an actual schedule where we will have scheduled dates and times on a weekly. It's not dated. It's just a weekly schedule, a standing schedule, where you'll be able to find us where there's scheduled times. As opposed to, Bill's doing a random AMA at 5 o'clock in Arizona and, another one at 1 o'clock in the morning that lasts till 5, So these will all be scheduled, very calculated in terms of the timing. We will try to make sure that we touch all areas of the world, not just time zones that work for us, but time zones that work for you, because you're the most important piece of this puzzle. Your piece of the pie. They're the biggest piece of the pie. You're right, Eric. That's a good way of seeing it. But your support and you lifting us up on a daily is going to be what's going to lift us to the promised land. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful day or rest of your day. And we will be in touch shortly. Take care, everyone.
Cheers, bro.